Hey, everybody. Welcome to NXT. We're live, and we're a week away from NXT Homecoming. Tonight, we've got a triple threat women's tag match to determine the number one contenders to the women's titles. ZaRuca, the Culling, and Fatal Influence. Should be a lot of fun tonight. And all the ladies showing up to the arena tonight. Let's see what else we got. We got the NXT faithful being pumped up for tonight. So yeah, a lot of good things on the menu. We got a tag title match tonight. Javon Evans calling out Briggs right here, right now. And he just dove over the top rope. We're getting started. Ava's already out here. They're not even acting like Ava's there. We're starting off with a fight, though. Wow. Javon counters on the outside with a moonsault. He lands. Oh, we starting this match now. No entrances, just fighting. So here we go. Justin, Zach, George, good to see you all, guys. We just had the little, ladies walk through the parking lot, but Javon Evans came out through the back, like through the fire door, like not through the entrance, into the arena. On the mic, just saying, Briggs, get out here. We doing this now. And like no entrance music, no Trons. They just straight up fighting and got things started. So here we are. Angela, you're having a fire like a bad fire? Like, is everything okay? Or is it like a good one, like a campfire? Are you good? I just want to make sure you're good. George, I would wonder about whoever wins. Oh yeah, we got the flag match tonight too between Tavion and Ethan Page. I would wonder about, whoever from NXT not winning the women's tag titles. However, they've really been pushing that sort of knee injury with Charlotte. So they have an out if they want to move the titles off. All right, Angela. I'm taking that thumbs up as a good sign. All right. Glad you're okay. Scared me for a second. Yeah, so I got to tell you, I loved Yoshi Inamura. Well, we all do here at Marked by Wrestling. But they're chanting Briggs, go away. This sudden, Dom level heat on Josh Briggs is so disorienting. Like, I'm glad that he's over as a heel, but it seemed like, the old Ron Burgundy gif of that escalated quickly. Justin, this is opening the show right now. Briggs and Javon Evans, they met each other right in the open arena and just started throwing hands, and then they rang the bell to start their match. So, yeah, that's what happened. I've gotten into playing. I don't know if I want to go this far with you guys. I don't know if you would be excited to see it or not, but I started playing Universe Mode in my 2K game. I haven't streamed any Universe Mode stuff, but that's where, you're booking Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And I just got to Survivor Series. And yeah, if I'd known, I would have booked a little harder, in advance. But anyway, we got some interesting things going through. Young OG chance. Crowd, unsurprisingly, firmly behind Javon Evans. Also, next tournament we do, we'll see what it is. But 2K25 has released an update patch, and El Grande Americano is now in the game. So he is 100% going to be featured at some point coming soon and on the next stream. Although, let's pour one out and say a prayer for the mariachi entrance of El Grande Americano, because as of last night on Raw, it sounds like they have def rebelled our boy El Grande Americano, and it upsets me so much. George, I have played 2K25 GM mode on 2K25. It's a lot of fun. I prefer last year's GM mode a little bit more. I mean, there's actually more you can do on this one, but also I feel like there's a little bit more restrictions. I wish I could modify the restrictions a little bit. Oh, man. Briggs tried to choke slam Javon on the table, but he stood up straight once he got up on the table. I'm telling you, man, Javon using his agility to do counters. Suicide dive takes Briggs, and they both go tumbling over the announce table. Javon jumps up on the announce table, flips the top off, and just rages out in a pose, and we go to break. Javon is on one tonight. He is on one. Yeah, you know what, Justin? Raw was really good last night. I really enjoyed it. It was, I want to say not exactly what you need from Raw, but I thought it was pretty well balanced, you know? I am nervous about the lack of Stephanie Vaquer. I don't know what's going on there. Clearly, they're doing a lot of interesting things with Io Sky and Asuka and Kairi Sane, and by virtue of that, Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley too. I'm wondering what's wrong with Stephanie. I don't know why Stephanie is not on TV, why they're not doing vignettes, why she's not cutting promos. She just won a title shot at Evolution and pretty much disappeared after that. And, you know, at first I was showing some grace because I was like, I know the Naomi thing, you know, forced a pivot, right? But they canceled the contract signing. And I'm just like, I hope she's okay. I just don't know, you know, I don't know what's going on. But for someone who's wrestling for a vacant title in 11 days, she really has not been featured very much. I mean, we see Becky Lynch every week. She's the Intercontinental Champion. We see Lyra Valkyria a lot. We see Raquel and Roxy every week. I mean, we see a lot of our ladies. And so for someone who was set up to be Naomi's next challenger, I just hope she's okay. I hope there's nothing wrong, you know? Yeah, we see Io every week, Angela, exactly. And don't get me wrong, we should see Io every week because she's amazing. But I just don't know what is happening with Stephanie. And it just makes me nervous because they're also not making any concrete decisions about her either. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully she's all right. I don't know when Tony D would come up to the main roster, Angela. I just don't know. I'm not in any hurry for him to get up there, though. I would rather, you know, the old phrase, do you want it done fast or do you want it done right? I mean, I absolutely want them to wait for the right time to do it. Yeah, so. Well, that's Monday, George. So if we don't see Stephanie on Monday, we have a problem because they are clearly setting WrestlePalooza up to be a major, major thing. Angela Io. Yeah. You're right about that. They have absolutely made Io more interesting as a challenger than a champion, which is a risky run with baby faces a lot. But yeah, I don't get that though. Justin, I would keep Omos in AAA. I think he's a fun feature who stands apart from everybody in AAA, and I think they could use him there. And honestly, pair him up with the little guy. I mean, even just for a month or so, I think it would be fun. Hey, Adossi, good to see you, man. Dro, I see you asking me about Canelo or Crawford. I'm going to be honest. I do not follow boxing, and I don't even know who's better. So I'm just going to guess Canelo, I guess. I don't know. But I don't have a clue. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here tonight. Stephanie and Io are both baby faces. Yeah. So Adam Pearce booked that match because Stephanie was the default number one contender and Io had been promised a match against Naomi that got called off because Naomi relinquished the title. Yeah, Angela, I think Omos would be the only giant in AAA. And again, that makes him an attraction. So if they don't have any long-term plans for him right now, let him have fun there. It seems like Omos's personality really comes out when he's away from the main roster because he got a lot of good reviews. And was it Noah, Pro Wrestling Noah, that they sent him over to Japan for? So yeah, I don't know. Also, yeah, speaking of last night, speaking of Monday Night Raw, I am loving Jey Uso finding his edge, finding his attitude. I'm not ready to actually call it a heel turn. I think he's just tapping into some aggression, and it's some shades of gray. And I got to tell you, what I was most surprised about wasn't so much him spearing LA Knight, but it was that the crowd booed him for it. I really thought we're past this point of no return. Big crossbody from Javon only gets 2. This crowd is hot tonight, y'all. I can't wait till next week when we're back in Full Sail. I feel like it's going to be nuts. I agree with you, Angela. I think Briggs has a lot of potential as well. Oh my gosh, what was that? A slam reversed into a stunner? I'm not sure what happened there, but soccer kick there by Javon. He looks like he put him out cold. Only 2. That was almost like a punt kick. It's cool to see the Usos back together. I like that. But I really thought that that's right, we get to see Faby Apache tonight too. I really thought we had entered into this era where if you're over with the crowd because of a catchphrase or a sing-along or whatever, that the crowd just won't boo you. But both Seth Rollins and Jey Uso were able to turn the crowds against them last night. And I was less surprised about Seth getting booed because he and Becky are such really good heels, and everybody loves CM Punk and AJ Lee, obviously. But I am surprised, and I'm happy to see this, that the crowd backed LA Knight in that segment by booing Jay's spear. So I don't think Jay's turning. Oh my gosh, coast to coast swanton by Javon. So yeah, I'm interested to see this sort of shades of gray. Sammy and Solo are all the people of the OG bloodline to get booed now. Roman got booed last year before SummerSlam. Jay, Sammy, and Solo. Yeah, I would pump the brakes on saying Sammy got booed. I mean, that was technically true last week for SmackDown, but the only reason the crowd booed Sammy last week was because he interrupted John Cena. As soon as he came out and said, I want to give you a U.S. title match, the crowd came right back. Cher gets introduced into the match, but disappeared. And oh my gosh, Javon went for the cutter off the top. And Briggs used the chain to punch him in the back of the head on the way down. Gets the dirty 3. Josh Briggs wins by cheating. What a high-intensity match from these two. Like, that was, to borrow a phrase from our Samoan werewolf, that was all gas, no brakes. Great job by Briggs and Evans. They're not done yet. Surely Javon still has a ways to go, Vic Joseph just now noticing that Briggs used the chain. To be fair, when it was happening, the ref was throwing the chair out of the ring right in front of the announce team, so their vision was obstructed a little. Worlds Collide match. Dom and Vikingo for sure. Oba and Ricky back here with Ava.
I wanted to talk to you about something. It's clear that you guys both have a lot to get off your chest for No Mercy.
Next week at Homecoming.
On the Grayson Waller effect.
Oh boy, a Grayson Waller effect next week at Homecoming. So we'll see what happens. The Trick is here. Here comes Trick. Trick says he and Oba aren't finished yet either. Hey, DIY's here again. I know they got to be setting up DIY versus Trick and hopefully Trick and Mello. I think that would be amazing. I mean, because Trick has got to have an old school NXT partner with him as well. Yeah, the thing is that Dom, yeah, and he seems that, they're building up that tension with the rest of Judgment Day, or at least, Finn and JD. So we'll see what happens. Justin, I'm loving the Bailey packages. I can't wait for her to actually get back involved on screen and not just in not just in whatchamacallit, vignettes. The vignettes are amazing. Like, I think it's some of the best work she's done in a long time. So I hope that means good things for her once they parlay that into some kind of an angle with the rest of the roster. So yeah, I know I popped in really quick last night for A and B, but I had some other things going on, so I wasn't able to be there. But next week, actually Monday, next Monday's my birthday. Happy belated birthday to B as well. I did wish her a happy birthday outside. And I'll be with you guys for Raw as well. So I'll be coming. Remember, Raw starts an hour early next week for the next 3 weeks. So I'll be streaming those, and we'll get that. So, yeah, the Judgment Day. I think they should wait for Liv to come back before finally disbanding the Judgment Day. Let her be a part of that story, and go from there. Dro, Brock, or Cena? That's a very good question. I'm not going to give you a full-on answer just yet because we'll be doing WrestlePalooza predictions with A&B combos and Just Alex after NXT next week. So I can't do all that just yet. However, I am curious if they're going to do more than one Cena Brock match. And if they do, that will impact whether or not, who I think should win. Bear with me real quick, guys, while we're still in commercial. Send me some questions. You have any more thoughts about Raw or anything you want to know that we didn't get to talk about last night since I wasn't in the chat? I'm just going to go check on the old channel mascot really quick, make sure he's not being naughty, and I'll be right back, fellas and ladies. Just a moment. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm back now. Yeah, Chris Wrestling Views. Hey, man, welcome to the chat. You're right. I mean, Trick has absolutely been putting in that work for sure, and it has been noticeable. I think he's trying to get ready for his next phase of his career eventually, man, because he's got to drop that TNA title at some point, and he probably will come up to the main roster. I mean, why wouldn't he? You know? Yeah, George. Oh man, they robbed DIY of Chrome Hearts. Why are they giving us the stupid Def Rebel music now? I hate the DIY Def Rebel theme. I'm so agitated by that. They better not do this to them next week.
It feels like home. It feels special.
Chris, I think Raw's a little too crowded. I would put Trick on SmackDown. Maybe start him off, chasing the U.S. title. George, under normal circumstances, I would say you'd want at least 2 Brock Cena matches, but we're just running out of time, So we'll see what happens. All right, we got DIY out here. Okay, he's NXT for life, and he meant it. NXT will always be their home.
I'm going to tell you guys something. My very last match in NXT, I always hoped, kind of deep down, I knew wasn't actually going to be my last match in NXT. And that right there brings us to tonight, because last week, Trick Williams, the greatest superstar in NXT.
Oh, now here he comes. Here comes Trick. Trick, as always, not wearing a shirt. But it is wrestling, but. All right, will he show and reveal who's got him, who's his backup?
Last week, the two of you got the best of me, 2-on-1. That's the truth. But there's one thing y'all forgot to mention. The both of you are jealous.
Oh, they think DIY is jealous of Trick.
Your NXT crew can't hang.
Oh, says your NXT crew can't hang with my NXT crew.
How about you get in this ring like last week, and we'll remind you what we did for NXT. Oh, I will. But this time, I'm not alone.
Okay, who's he got? Yep. It's a reunion. Mello is here. Well, I'm interested to see how this plays out. All right, so Mello and Trick versus DIY. Come on, man. That'll be great. Mello here visiting Kalani. Okay, but all pops and promos aside, this match in Full Sail next week will go insane. Chance for Mello. Because we didn't see a lot of Mello versus the guys in DIY. before they came up. I think we got a little bit with Ciampa maybe, but not Johnny, I don't remember. All right, Melo turns his back on DIY, and he's looking at Trick. Fans are chanting, hug it out for Melo and Trick.
Since I left, you said a lot of things that are true, but you've also said a lot of things that aren't true.
You said a lot of things that are true, a lot of things that aren't true.
Just last week, you talking about this is my house.
I agree, Chris. Give us some kind of wacky finish at Full Sail and push them to No Mercy.
With two guys who built this house.
Melo putting over DIY.
And somebody put renovations on this house.
He said DIY built this house, and I put renovations on this house. No, Apollo Crews. He said you're squatting in our house. Rent's due. You're a squatter, Chance. Oh, gosh. Ciampa, I think they're talking to you. Melo said, I've been gone a year and a half. I'm going to say what I got to say.
Next time you standing in the ring with greats from NXT like Tommaso Ciampa, like Tony Gargano, like Carmelo Hayes, you take your high heels off at the door and you put them right there. You sit down, you don't touch nothing, and you be quiet while OGs are talking.
Oh! Melo!
I get it, dog.
Man, why don't they let Melo cut promos on SmackDown?
Since you left. But the truth is, I've been talking trash about you, man. You're right. I've been saying some things about you even last week. That wasn't right. But don't get it twisted. I squat where I want to squat. I wear my heels when I want to wear my heels. This is still my house.
Trick said still his house.
I don't mean to get involved in this, but is it big brother, little brother, or is it big brother, little brother? I'm just asking.
Ciampa trying to sow some seeds of dissension between Trick and Melo.
Shut your mouth, all right? It's between me and my brother. And now that I think about it, you two, y'all the last two to be talking. All right, you guys got one of the biggest backstabs in NXT history. Whoa. Let's talk about it. I mean, you know what? No. We're not going to talk about it, okay? Yes, there's a lot of history here, but you know what people want to see? They want to see 2 generations of NXT in the biggest tag match in NXT history and NXT Homecoming. So how about this?
Johnny laying down the challenge for next week. All right. Well, it's got to be signed off on, but we pretty much getting that. And we also getting another ladies speed match tonight. Faby, Apache, and Lainey Reid should be interesting. So I think, man, I'm very eager to see the NXT crowd reception back in Full Sail after all this time. And we're getting, some of the Mount Rushmore of NXT Black and Gold and DIY going up against Melo and Trick. So next week's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time at Homecoming. So should be pretty cool. Yeah. I kind of wonder if you have to go to the old cliche and ask about Mello and Trick, can they coexist? Because they did not they didn't come to blows or anything like that, but they didn't really seem on the same page in that segment. And DIY absolutely did. Although Trick did try to bring up like, oh no, Mello brought up like, y'all are two of the biggest backstabbers that NXT has ever seen. And Johnny like tried to squash that like immediately. So on the one hand, he's squashing it because they're good, or he doesn't want to talk about it. I don't know. But man, Angela, I know that it would have continuity with SmackDown for Mello, but I hope Miz stays far away from that match next week. I would rather, if DIY wins that match, I would rather it be because Trick and Mello still aren't good with each other, rather than Miz coming in and screwing it up. But we'll see. Teflon Don, good to see you this evening, sir. Welcome to the chat. Always good to have you. Thank you for being here. So yeah, to recap so far, we started off NXT with a fight. And thanks to the help of a chain and a well-placed shot to the back of the head, Josh Briggs was victorious over Javon Evans in our opening contest. And we are going to have a triple threat women's tag team match between Fatal Influence, the Culling, and ZaRuca. And the winners will be the number one contenders against Charlotte and Alexa. Which really makes me think ZaRuca won't win. But you know what? I hope they do anyway. And then we also are going to have a women's speed match when we get back from the break. AAA's Faby Apache is here tonight, and she'll take on Lainey Reid, who has come up from Evolve. And we have theorized maybe may ingratiate herself to Fatal Influence because Jasmine Nix seems to keep on I don't know, stepping in it with JC Jane. So we'll see what happens. What else we've got tonight? But those are some big. Oh yeah, we also got a flag match tonight between Ethan Page and Tavion Heights. So, Canada versus the US of A. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of that. And yeah. So the winner will face Candice LeRae. And I'm assuming next week at Homecoming. So you get Candice LeRae versus the winner of this match. And then whoever wins next week at Homecoming will take on ZaRuca for the NXT Women's Speed title at No Mercy, I believe. I believe it's No Mercy. When she'll be defending that. So that'll be coming up shortly. So we're about 15 seconds away. Yeah, so we got a AAA versus NXT, and then last week we had a SmackDown versus NXT Superstar. So, no, TNA. It was SmackDown versus TNA. It was Xia Brookside. Yeah. So we'll find out who Soul is defending that title against at No Mercy next week, because it'll be Candice LeRae versus the winner of our next match. Okay. Here we go. Here comes Lainey Reid. Three-minute time limit.
Reid is ready to showcase her skills.
Lainey Reid is the embodiment of Southern charm, fierce athleticism, and raw talent, so what could I possibly be missing? The star power? Yeah, it's not that. And the looks? I mean, it's obviously not that. And the skills? Well, you'll see that tonight. All that I'm missing is the spotlight, but after I beat Faby and later Candice LeRae, I'll finally get that spotlight, because here's the tea. Sweet, of course. I'm taking that speed title from ZaRuca at No Mercy.
Okay, not lacking confidence, Lainey Reid with a pre-match promo. She kind of gives me like, what if Kalani Jordan and Lacey Evans had a baby? Oh, I hate the music, George. It can't decide if it wants to be hip hop or swamp country. Like just pick one of those lanes. They don't mesh well together. Dro, what did you ask me? I didn't see your question. All right, here comes Faby Apache. I'm Faby Apache here representing AAA. They have a match for the Speed Championship up against Lainey Reid. The Speed Championship is going back to Mexico. Okay, very basic promo. Oh, that's not Natalia. That's Natty. Natty is in the front row. Oh, that's right, because she's taking on Faby Apache at Worlds Collide, right? All right, 3 minutes. Who you got? Nice ovation for Faby Apache. Wow, okay. Faby Apache with the senton, rolling senton off the apron onto the floor. Wipes out Lainey Reid. And Faby posing to the crowd right in front of Natty. Terrible camera shot there as we just got a great shot of Faby just slapping her thigh. We didn't even see her kick. All right, we're already 2 minutes left. Oh, wow. Jumping sunset flip from Lainey. Only gets 2. Oh, Dro, you think Brock wins? Okay. Yeah, no, oh no, I did answer that. I technically I didn't. I said I wasn't going to give my prediction yet because we're going to do a prediction show next Tuesday after Homecoming with the Coalition and Just Alex. So, also, I don't know what I think yet between Cena and Brock. I need to see some of their build, which they haven't really done. Stiff kick to the jaw, only gets 2 for Faby. All right, we're coming down to the last minute of this match. Double underhook she gets out of. Kick from Lainey. You know what I like, and I don't know if they ever did this on Twitter when they had Speed, is that every time we're into the first minute or the second minute or the third minute, the lighting scheme in the arena changes. So like in minute 3, the first minute, of the match, the lights that go around. Oh, Natty just jumped the rail, distracted Faby. She goes for a swanton and misses. Lainey's going to capitalize, running knee. 20 seconds left and gets the win. Natty's distraction does it. And we get Candice LeRae versus Lainey Reid at NXT Homecoming next week. Anyway, a great visual aid for speed matches is that in the 3 minute to 2 minute range, the LED lights around the arena are green. From the 2 minute to 1 minute range, they're yellow. And then in the last minute of the match, it's all red around. So it's like, traffic style. And so, you're getting closer to the end of the match. It probably helps the performers too, to be honest. It's a good visual cue. But Lainey Reid needs a better entrance theme. Faux show.
Just curious. Well, I can keep the sash and then do one around the waist, or I can do 3 sacks, 3, and just be all the time. It's ridiculous.
ZaRuca are discussing what Soul's going to do with the third title.
I need to be at Homecoming, and I need to become championship.
Hank and Tank here to riz up ZaRuca.
Lady Butterfly, but then it's on YouTube gets a tag team goal.
Oh, I think you guys should go do that first, and we'll follow in your lead.
Oh, see, but we're surprised Darkstate with a little secret weapon hatch. We're going to surprise him again tonight when we got a tag team titles back.
Smell that?
Moving on.
Smells like
Victory cinnamon vanilla.
Hank and Tank are perfect for NXT. Oh, a little chest bump from ZaRuca on our way to break. All right, let's catch up. George, not a Lainey Reid fan. I think she's got upside. I don't know if I'd call myself a fan of Lainey Reid's yet, but I think she's got potential. Dawsey, you said, did you see that Natty say she wouldn't bring that character Raw unless it was taken seriously? She said she was protecting the character. I can't be mad at her for that. 100%. I agree with that as well. Because unfortunately, that is the character like she deserves to bring to Raw. But yeah, if they're just going to have her, you know, dropping matches to Raquel, I mean, no disrespect to Raquel, you know, or to Nikki or Becky Lynch or whoever, just, yeah, she needs to protect that character for sure. And so let it get some aura and some lore behind it in other promotions, like let her use it in TNA and AAA and in NXT. And we could go from there for sure. George, I do think you have a point. I think Candice LeRae being in a match at Homecoming in Full Sail definitely could set her up to be the one who challenges ZaRuca at No Mercy. So we'll see what happens. We'll absolutely see what happens. So, all right, our mod father has a question of the week. You can only pick from these superstars. If you can have a WrestleMania match, who would you choose? All right, mod father, are we talking about, am I wrestling them or am I picking two guys to wrestle each other? I just want to be clear on that. All right. Angela says, my grandma's cat's in the chair. We take care of the cat. She rents a place that doesn't want cats or dogs. Ah, cats, man. Gotta love them. Okay. All right. If I'm picking among these people to do a WrestleMania match, like I'm picking two of these people to wrestle each other, I want to see Eddie and Shawn. I absolutely want to see Eddie and Shawn in that match. If I'm wrestling one of them, I might wrestle Roman. The thing is that it's probably going to be a long match, but Roman, oh man, I would have to take the spear. I feel like Roman or Cena, because I feel like both of them, oh, you're in the ring. Okay. I might pick Cena. I feel like Cena might take care of me the most. Unless it's Prime Undertaker. Prime Undertaker being, you know, the leader, the locker room leader, you know, Prime level Taker would take care of me as well. Because I'm sitting there thinking, if I'm in the ring, I want to be in there with somebody who's not going to drop me on my head. Or, you know, chop the ever-loving goodness out of me. And I think Cena would take care of me, probably. And also, you know, he's loud at calling spots. So I'm sure I'd hear him in what he wants me to do. And he could just put that, you know, gosh awful STFU on me, and I'll tap for him. Yeah, that's what I'd go with. I think I'd go with Cena. Any era of Cena. But man, I would have loved to seen Shawn and Eddie. That would have been a lot of fun back in the day. Okay, let's see. We're about a minute away from coming back to NXT, and a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on. Hey, channel mascot. Hey, buddy. Want a treat? There you go. Okay. Don't ring the doorbell, okay? We're streaming. Why don't you go lay down? Go settle. All right. Minister of Darkness Undertaker. Oh, yeah. See, like, I'd be careful because Ministry of Darkness Undertaker was like WrestleMania 15 when he had Big Boss Man Hell in the Cell, and then he hung him by the noose. So you got to be careful about that. You don't want to get Noose Undertaker. Wouldn't be good. Yeah, absolutely. No Mercies sounds like a great show. These matches are really shaping up, and after tonight, who knows what more we might have booked for it. And it'll be the week after WrestlePalooza as well. Yeah, Undertaker versus Eddie would have been great. Eddie could have been a great foil for the Undertaker in like the build for that. I think he would done a great job getting Undertaker's under the Undertaker's skin. Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe vignette. Oh, it's a news segment.
Jordan Grace made a big mistake.
Uh-oh. We're getting a little dark side Blake Monroe. Come here, buddy.
I'm the glamour. The starlet on the marquee, the champagne float Cinderella of WWE. You ruined everything.
You ruined everything.
I wanted to be something different. I wanted to be clean, perfect. The truth is, glamour was never meant to be clean. Glamour is cruel and merciless. The
Glamour is cruel and merciless.
Star of the show. Last week, you reminded me of the glamour.
They're really taking Jordan causing her to bleed last week
You made me feel
and flip the switch on Blake
something I
Monroe.
buried deep beneath the pearls, powder, sugar, and bonded. I made myself. Open face, but I guess I just got better at accessorizing. You didn't humble me. You didn't break.
I thought those days were done, but I just got better at accessorizing.
Now, Mona has. She's hungry. White Blake Monroe, making the devil blush. Season out. JG.
Whoa. Okay. Now that is intriguing.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the NXT
Okay, it's Darkstate versus Hank and Take time. I got to tell you, I'm ready for JC Jane to lose her title, and I think either Blake or Jordan should take it because this Jordan Blake feud should be for the championship. I mean, they are about to kick it into another gear. And here comes Tough Darkstate just coming down the aisle instead of through the crowd. Osiris Griffin and Dion Lennox are the ones holding the titles, so I'm assuming they're going to be the ones wrestling. And that seems to be how this has gone, is that Saquon Sugars and Cutler James have been the ones outside the ring. But here come Hank and Tank right now. Honk, honk, baby. Honk, honk, lad. Honk, honk. George, I think they are pulling a page out of the main roster's book. And they're going to be satisfying a couple of feuds leading up to No Mercy and not just putting all the matches on there. Probably to give those matches at No Mercy a little more time. Also, they have teased that they may say his name and he will appear like he did last week. So curious if we'll get a Joe Hendry sighting tonight. Will we have new tag team champions again, or will Darkstate continue their short-lived reign of terror so far? Oh, man, Tank with a stiff shot over the corner. All right, and here comes some fast-paced tag action. Hank and Tank versus Darkstate. Let me know who you got in the comments. My heart always goes for Hank and Tank, but I just have a hard time believing. Oh, they're going for their finish already, but only two. Dion Lennox too fast to break up the count. Chris, I think that's a logical bet there. Darkstate just did win the titles, so it stands to reason to have them retain. Hank took a gnarly turnbuckle bump. It's kind of like Bret Hart used to, running straight into it, but he went airborne before he went into it. It was crazy. Oh man, double assisted power bomb, but Tank is in to break it up. Yeah, you got Darkstate as well. Okay, Anthony, I see you. Okay. It feels like this match has been cut for time because they just keep rushing to like high spots in this match. Like both guys have hit finishers. Darkstate just got knocked outside the ring. We're about to get probably a double suicide dive here. This is like a Cliff Notes match. Yes, Angela, I was feeling the exact same way. I love the way Hank takes that corner bump. Man. Interesting. All right, so while we're on break, I will say, if you guys are a fan of, wrestling podcasts and stuff, and if you watch Chris Van Vliet at all, who's a fantastic interviewer, he actually had a comedian on today named Dan Soder, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dan Soder or not, but Dan Soder from Mad TV is a great wrestling impressionist, and he did a few bits as Andre the Giant, and he does maybe the best Macho Man outside of Jay Lethal. So anyway, if you're ever interested in that, you should check out Chris Van Vliet's podcast with Dan Soder, which dropped today. Very entertaining stuff. Oh, hey, Shamanica, no worries. Glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by as we are charging our way through. By the way, everybody, we are over halfway there to memberships unlocking. So, and super chats unlocking. So we are doing, we're plugging right along. We've got to get to 3,000 hours viewed before I can apply for that. But we're at over 1,500. We're close to 1,600 now. So hopefully we'll get there. She has said, that's right. Yeah, Kelly. And you know what, Chris? I think that was the interview where she actually expounded on why she didn't show up at Evolution either. And it was a very uncontroversial situation. I think the dirt sheets ran with the idea that she wouldn't be there and tried to make it sound like she wanted to be more important than she was. But she just said like, oh no, I couldn't make it work. Like it was just that simple. Like you can't make an appearance. It just happens. Shamanica. So far tonight, Josh Briggs, he cheated to win, but he beat Javon Evans one-on-one. It was pretty tough match. Faby Apache lost to Lainey Reid in the speed match due to distraction from Natty, not Natalia, but Natty Neidhart. And yeah, Angela. So that's what the dirt sheet said, was that she wanted to wrestle in front of her kids and not just sit in a chair. But that's not the reason she said no. Like she didn't say, I'm not coming unless I can't wrestle in front of my kids. She does want to wrestle in front of her kids at some point, but that wasn't the reason she said no. She was just like, I can't, I couldn't make all that work, for that kind of involvement. So, the dirt sheet writers made it sound like she was kind of being arrogant, and she really just couldn't prioritize it. And it's just not the same thing. Anyways, Darkstate sitting here hounding Tank on the outside of the ring. So Shamanica, Briggs beat Javon. Lainey beat Faby Apache. So next week we're gonna see Lainey Reid versus Candice LeRae, and the winner faces ZaRuca at No Mercy for the speed title. Also, Mello came back, and next week at NXT Homecoming, we're going to get DIY versus Mello and Trick. So it was pretty cool to see Mello back in the house. Although he wasn't exactly buddy with Trick. Like he kind of put Trick in his place as well, but is still going to team with him. And then we also got a vignette, a pretty dark vignette from Blake Monroe, responding to the fact that she got busted open by Jordan Grace last week, like got her nose busted. And she's definitely turning, she's got a little bit of a darker side to her, which is really interesting. And then also they said next week at Homecoming, Grayson Waller will be there doing the Grayson Waller effect, and Ricky Saints and Obafemi will be the guests on that. I think I've covered everything else that we've seen, guys. Let me know if I missed anything. Also, tonight we're getting one of the things we haven't gotten done yet, Shamanica, is a flag match between Ethan Page and Tavion Heights. And then we also have a triple threat women's tag between Fatal Influence, the Culling, and ZaRuca. And the winner of that match will get a shot at Charlotte and Alexa for the women's titles. And currently Hank and Tank versus Darkstate for the tag titles is on right now. George, I'm inclined to agree, man. I hate to say that because, as you guys know, I like this to be a positive space. I want to focus on the things that bring us joy in the wrestling that we watch, which is why I'm a big Hank and Tank fan, man. They are so joy-filled. They're a lot of fun. I just don't love what they're doing with Darkstate now. Back when there was still a little bit of mystique behind them, when they didn't have titles, I think there was more interest there back when it seemed like there was more intrigue about whether or not someone already in NXT was associated with them. It was more interesting. And yeah, I could see a couple of these guys possibly getting released. We talked about way back, Trick could have aligned with them. We talk about Briggs could align with them now. I mean, they need someone else. And honestly, I don't think Cutler is cutting it. But honestly, with the right rebrand a little bit, Saquon and Osiris and Dion, I think all could weather this storm, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah. The Bailey interview was really good too, Christopher. Yeah. All right. Hot tag to Hank. Me and Rashizi, good to see you. Another Tuesday for NXT episode, out of topic a bit. WrestlePalooza coming up. What do you think about the PLE? And if this PLE is former the ECW? Yeah, well, that's where the WrestlePalooza name came from. It was a former ECW pay-per-view. But I think the name is the only thing they're using. And I don't think that they're going to get anything else other than that. But I'm excited for the PLE. Like, you've got the Usos and the Vision. I could do great. I don't know what that move was Hank did, but it was some weird tilt-a-whirl abyss slam, which was pretty cool. He's going to need to workshop that a little more. But yeah, you got the Usos and the Vision. You've got, the mixed tag, which is exciting. Cena and Lesnar. Triple H was on the Pat McAfee show today, and he let it slip that Cody will be there. So we might get Cody and Drew there as well. We'll see what happens. But and of course, we're supposed to be getting Stephanie and Io as well. We'll see if that still comes to pass. Are we going to power and glory this thing? Oh, superplex into a swanton from Hank and Tank. Not the quite bang bang shot that Power and Glory did back in the day, but still impressive nonetheless. All right, tagging back in. I don't know where the rest of Darkstate is. Saquon's the only one out there right now. Oh, there's Cutler. Oh, here they all come. The swarm, the numbers game. Here he is. Oh my gosh. Cutler grabbed Hank and he said, Joe Hendry's not saving you tonight, but this time Cutler's the one who said his name. And Joe Hendry just came exploding out of the NXT logo. Oh no, reversal. What in the... Reverse roll up from Darkstate. Steals one from Hank and Tank. But I got to tell you, a very stupid finish. I mean, it was executed well until the actual pin because it was that old, like, you know, get him in the German suplex position and roll him backwards, you know. And Darkstate, one of the Darkstate guys ran in and hit Hank, so the momentum took him over. But when Hank did that, he was holding on to the Darkstate guy's tights. And it's supposed to be the other way around for cheating. And so camera got full view of that. And it wasn't a good look. O'Connor roll. Thank you, Angela. I kept wanting to say victory roll, and I knew it wasn't that. The O'Connor roll. But yeah. So annoying. Darkstate's going to have to hold the titles for a little bit longer. I think they have. I think NXT is just too stubborn to pull the plug on them too fast. But I'm getting less and less interested in them. Although the Joe Hendry bit was beautiful. But I would want that to pay off, you know. I would want that to pay off with an actual title change. So we're going to get the flag match next. Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights. I'm assuming Ethan Page is going to take this. Ethan Page is on fire right now. Yes. Victory roll is what British Bulldog used to reverse on Bret Hart to win the Intercontinental title at 92 SummerSlam in Wembley. Honestly, NXT needs more tag teams. I would not be opposed to them sort of ending this Tavion Heights experiment and teaming him back up with Miles Bourne, and having them be a tag team. Yeah. Ethan is main roster ready for me. I mean, I don't want him to leave right now because I love the work that he's doing. Sorry, I'm getting a treat from my channel mascot here. I know it's very noisy. Sorry. Here you go, buddy. Here you go. There you go. A treat. There you go. Good boy. So yeah. Malik and Idris. Yeah, I forgot about them. The tag divisions. Well, I mean, the women's tag division really isn't that broken. There's so many women you could make teams out of and push stuff with that it would be all right. But the men's division is pretty sparse. I mean, you've got Darkstate, you've got Hank and Tank. I don't know what other babyface teams you have because you don't have Briggs and Inamura anymore. You've got the Culling, I guess. High Rise, but they're heels too. Honestly, this might seem, you know, y'all might not agree with me on this. I don't know, but I think Wes Lee should turn face again. I mean, they've done a whole bunch of nothing with him since he turned heel. Now, I think he was hurt for part of that time, if I'm remembering correctly. Or was he hurt and then he turned heel when he came back from injury? I don't remember the order of those things. But nevertheless, I mean, Wesley is doing a hot mess of nothing. Let's push Tavion Heights back over to Miles Bourne, make them a tag team, and then bring Wesley to feud with Ethan Page. Give me Wesley and Ethan Page. I mean, shoot. I mean, yeah. I was gonna say Javon Evans too, but I kind of want Javon in the main event scene at this point. But we're probably going to get something with Ricky Saints. I'll tell you what, man. If Obafemi beats Ricky Saints, who's going to beat Obafemi? You know? I mean, I think we ask that every PLE, right? Who's going to beat Obafemi? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, and honestly, I'm not mad at Obafemi steamrolling over everyone until they're ready for him to leave. But I tell you what, I don't know if you guys saw on social media. So this is something NXT is actually doing really cool. NXT has been doing a few house shows here in the fall, and they're going to continue to do some. And in the NXT house shows, they are bringing main roster talent down for some of the matches. And so they had like a 6-man tag, I think, or something in, I want to say Myrtle Beach or somewhere, South Carolina. And they brought Rusev down. And we got a face-off between Obafemi and Rusev at an NXT house show. So my point being, I think this is brilliant because one, NXT needs house shows because these are the young developmental guys and they need more reps. And two, you can phase in some of these people who aren't being used on, although Rusev is being used on the main roster right now, but he was just on Clash in Paris. But you can bring some of these people in to get more reps. I think could be a lot of fun and could also test the waters out for potential feuds when people are called up. NXT Anonymous is back. Ethan Page. Ethan Page trying to get in Miles Bourne's ear.
To a blind man. I mean, that's gonna be so embarrassing. If that were me, I wouldn't even show my face in NXT ever again. He's gonna live with that.
Oh, I like this. I'm not done with you yet. He said, how embarrassing is it to lose to a blind man? And then all of a sudden, clang, clang, look over. Miles Bourne's got a chair. He's like, oh, we'll find out. And turns out the lights. And then drops Lexus King with the chair in the dark. It's pretty cool. Nice call. Nice call. Yeah. Oh, Ethan already going for the flag. So, yeah, you have to retrieve your own country's flag. USA chance. I'm not super into flag matches, I gotta say, but we'll see what happens. See, Tavion, why are you following Ethan to the outside? If he's running away from you, just go get your flag. But baby faces don't play smart. Because Ethan, this is the fourth time Ethan has gone for the flag already, and the match just started. Yeah, George. I hope Chelsea Green or the Secret Hervis are somewhere around here. Would love to see some more of them. Man, oh gosh. Tavion kind of speared Ethan Page through the ropes, and they tumbled to the floor, and Ethan didn't land super well. It looked like he kind of landed on the back of his head. I hope he's okay. Based on them throwing hands, I'd say Ethan's all right. That looked nasty, though. Yeah, Tyra May absolutely could show up as well. All right. Oh, Tavion about to go for the flag, but Ethan grabs his leg. Ethan Page climbing up to the top rope to grab Tavion as well. Yeah, Big E style. An angle slam in this match. That would be a great callback for sure. Especially like a top rope angle slam. That would be sick stuff. So yeah, Friday we've got SmackDown and Worlds Collide right after SmackDown. So be ready, everybody. Tavion climbing up again. But nope. I feel like I'm watching a 2K ladder match right now. Uh-oh. Ethan going for a power bomb. But can't get it. Now Tavion's still reaching. He's reaching for the flag. He's got the pole in his hand, but nope, can't do it. Ethan climbing up now. Man, they slam back down to the mat. Man, just pulls him down by his hair. They both bump off the top. It's crazy. More USA chance. Oh, out of the corner. Oh, Ethan catches him with a kick to the back of the head, but Tavion rebounds with a big clothesline. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of flag matches either. Yeah, we're in the last hour now, Angela. We're gonna have that women's tag match. I imagine that'll be our only other match left after this match is over, between commercial breaks and backstage segments and all this other stuff. Well, Ethan charges the corner, but nobody home. Ethan Page on the outside. Tavion might be able to win this now. Oh, but Ethan's back up again. Oh, pushes Tavion off, and he catches the turnbuckle on the way down. I think he's going to throw him into the steps. Yep. Tavion goes flying into the steps. Ethan now going to his corner to get the Canadian flag. It is funny that likely Shawn Michaels booked this match, and the last time he was in a flag match, he picked his nose with the Canadian flag. Of course, that was Shawn Michaels BC, before Christ. Brett was not happy about that, though. As well, I can understand he wouldn't. All right, Ethan going for that flag one more time. Here we go. Oh, man, running, jumping, top rope belly to belly from Tavion. Now Tavion trying to take advantage and climb and get that flag. Well, Tavion's got all the shot in the world now. Nothing to stop him. Tavion wins. Honestly, I think that's the right call. Having Tavion win the flag match because he doesn't win the title. Winning a flag match is a very visual win that doesn't actually like do anything for you. Now Tavion climbing the Canadian corner. He grabs the Canadian flag too. What's Tavion doing? He jumps down. He's got the Canadian flag. Oh, is he going to do what Ethan Page did? Oh, he returns the favor and drapes the Canadian flag over Ethan Page's body. So, decent little back and forth match. But, yeah. So, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Whoa. Tyler Breeze is here. With the selfie stick and everything. They are booking for next week. Are we going to get Ethan Page and Tyler Breeze next week? And he's posing with the prone body of Ethan Page with the selfie stick. Guys, I think we're getting Tyler and Ethan next week at Homecoming. That's awesome. Oh, we're getting part 2 of the Lola Vice video package that we got from last week as well. So I know you guys probably can hearing the doorbell ring in the background. That's my channel mascot wanting to go outside. So now that we're on an ad break, I'm going to be right back. Teflon Don Apollo studying some materials to be a filter. Hey, man, everybody, we all got to work on our hustles, man. I respect that, and I'm just glad you're here, dude. Pop in and say hi every once. And if you've got a minute to drop another question in the chat, now would be a great time. But otherwise, I'll be right back, guys. Hold on tight. I apologize, you guys. So sorry. This is just how tonight's going. I'm the only one home right now, so I can't ask anybody else to let the dog out. All right. So Prince Pretty and Prince Ego. Yeah, Movie Queen. Good call. And hello, Movie Queen. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm telling you what, they're putting a lot behind Lola Vice. I mean, she might be the one. Honestly, I think Lola Vice would here we go. Question from George. Are they going to put the NXT Women's Championship on Lola Vice at No Mercy? And if so, what happens to JC Jane? So I think they might. Let's just say they do. If they put the belt on Lola Vice, first of all, I think Lola Vice would be a great feud defending the title against Blake Monroe once the Jordan Grace thing gets resolved. And if you're asking, what about JC Jane? If they're not calling JC Jane up, I think she feuds. I think Fatal Influence explodes and she feuds with Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix. I think she pops off at Jasmine Nix one too many times, and Fallon goes and recruits Lainey Reid and they kick her out. They do. Honestly, Shawn booking NXT. This is what they did to Shawn Michaels when he lost the title to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Granted, he was taking time off after that to rehab his back. But Triple H came out the next night and kicked Shawn out of DX, and Shawn wasn't even there. And that's when they brought in X-Pac. So, it could very well be you're out of Fatal Influence, you drop the ball, and then you've got then you've got Lainey Reid in the group instead. And then especially what if Lainey Reid is speed champion at that point? It's right now that's still a possibility. And then and then JC Jane. Yeah, I think JC Jane as we're going to use the term babyface loosely, but yeah, as a victimized person who gets kicked out, Fatal Influence would be great. I haven't seen Tyler Breeze as an active competitor in years. I've seen him more on Up, Up, Down, Down with Creed, with Austin Creed or with Xavier Woods. But yes, Tyler Breeze came out for a cameo after the flag match and kind of mocked Ethan Page. All right, here's some Lola Vice, all our Vice City citizens.
Consider my close relationship so special. Everything I do is intentional. My only focus has always been giving myself a life and future I've always wanted. I'm about to see my dad.
Little Lola and her tiny little taekwondo gi is pretty cute.
I'm so excited to see him and go back to my roots. My father dedicated his whole life to martial arts in this academy. I wasn't just born into this.
Dang, girl. Okay. Showing her moves as a kid.
We all have college degrees, which is why I have all the ambitions to make my family sacrifices for life.
Lola was like having a best friend and training partner in one.
Interviewing Lola's sisters too.
Because when you spend your whole life proving people wrong, you celebrate it. No one knew what to think of me in MMA. I was a super girly girl, working, I did my hair, I danced, they thought I was just pretty thick, and they made fun of me for it. Until I knocked them out. No mercy, this isn't just a match. This is for my culture, my family, for anyone who's ever been underestimated. This one is for myself.
In my eyes, from day one, and now the world is catching on.
So this is basically Lola Vice Title Contender Part 2, 2.0. They did this before when Roxanne Perez was champion. This is so much better. Like, they are so more invested in her. They're building her up to crown her. I absolutely think that they are. which I'm happy to see, man. I've wanted her to win for a while.
Cute story. She got going to listen from her mom, her dad, her entire family, her hometown at No Mercy.
Oh, and she's in her hometown. She's in her hometown. I did not know that part. Well, we're just laying all the cards on the table. Well, they're either going to like dump right on her head or poor choice of words. Sorry. Or it's going to be a crowning moment. I think No Mercy is going to be crowning moment though, for sure. I'm curious if that match ends up main eventing. That'd be a really big tell though. All right, here's an ad for Homecoming next week. All the showing Bobby Roode, Tyler Breeze, Big E, Sami Zayn, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Asuka, Finn Balor. DIY and Mello. Oh, so the title match is going to be at Homecoming. Let's go. Tyler Breeze against Ethan Page. Okay. Yeah, Oba and Ricky against Grayson Waller. It says surprise appearances. So who else might we get? Oh, please tell me Regal comes on camera. Oh man, I want to see Regal. All right, it's time for the main event. Here come all the ladies for the triple threat tag team match, who will face Charlotte and Alexa next week at Homecoming for the women's titles. As Charlotte and Alexa are both NXT alum. So we're going to get Charlotte and Alexa coming back. We're going to have DIY coming back. We're going to have Mello coming back. We're going to have Grayson Waller coming back. We're going to have, who else did I forget? Tyler Breeze coming back. And those are just the people who are wrestling. Well, Grayson Waller's not wrestling, but everybody else. Okay, so here comes ZaRuca. Yeah, I'm very curious what we're going to get here. You know what? Oh, yeah, time to put on the glasses. Yeah, gonna have an idea or two. Yeah. At Homecoming next week. All right, I can't do the voice for the whole time because it'll ruin my voice. But here's an idea. If Sol and Zarya win tonight, and then we get Sol and Zarya versus Charlotte and Alexa, all Zarya wants is to be a champion. And Sol is already a double champion. If they lose that match, could that be what ends up breaking up that team? Something to think about. And if that team gets broken up, would Zarya challenge ZaRuca for the North American title? Something to think about. I'm not ready to see them break up. It's going to hurt my heart when it happens because they're so sweet together as a team. But Rick RT, I think you've got something there with them winning this match tonight. I'm taking it a step further. If they win this match tonight, what could happen next week? Would they win the tag titles or would they not? They did a spot. Speaking of the what we talked about earlier with main roster wrestlers coming down for the NXT house shows, ZaRuca had a match against Roxy and Raquel on one of these house shows. I think the same one that Rusev showed up with and squared up with Obafemi. And they did this spot where Raquel shoved Zarya into Roxy and knocked her out of the way mid Soul Snatcher. And so when Soul came down, she Soul Snatched Zarya instead of Roxy. And that spot was heartbreaking right there. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, they could do that spot and that could really end up messing with the fabric of that team. So we'll see what happens. But George, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, if they want to do more with Soul, I think they see a lot in Soul. She's got a killer finisher. She's got a great look. The crowd loves her. George, this is what house shows are for, though. House shows are for practicing spots and figuring out, you know, getting reps in the ring. That's before we had 11 hours of TV every week. That was how they figured out what the PLE or pay-per-view matches were going to be like, was what they did on house shows. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they rehearsed that spot in a house show, because we might see it happen in a big-time match. Just a thought. I'm not saying it's a definite. I'm just saying the complexity of that spot is something you want to practice, and not just at the PC in front of a crowd. Anyway, they see a lot in ZaRuca, clearly. And I would think they want to do more with ZaRuca before going up to the main roster one day. So I would be curious, like, if I could do the timeline, I really wish we could get Jordynne Grace the title at some point. But we could go from JC Jane to Lola Vice to Blake Monroe to ZaRuca. How quickly? I don't know. I don't want to have that talk. But it doesn't have to be too fast. I mean, you could have months of title reigns in between all those ladies if you want to. But yeah, it's just something to consider. Because it's September right now. So if Lola Vice became champion at the end of September, you could think about her being champion until January. Blake Monroe is champion in January, and then Blake Monroe could drop the title at Stand and Deliver and get called up the night after Mania. So could you imagine Stand and Deliver, ZaRuca becoming NXT Women's Champion, beating Blake Monroe? Is that too fast? It's kind of a short reign. It's like 3 months for Blake Monroe. It's maybe 3 defenses, but, you know, could happen. Make one of those an Iron Survivor match, though, and that puts over Blake really strong. Okay. Zarya double clothesline to both Tatum and Jasmine. Big backdrop by Zarya. All right, so both men from the Culling are ringside, and JC Jane is also ringside for Fatal Influence. This match is going to be tricky because it's a nonstop triple threat match going on. So trying to get these bodies sort of in and out of the ring is tricky. Fallon Henley with a Hurricane Rana on Izzy Dame. Zarya still recovering in the corner. Yeah, 4 teams probably would have made it a little cleaner to book. You could have had Piper Niven and Alba Fire in here. Oh, I don't know who gave that headbutt, but both of them got the worst of it. Pump kick from Zarya. Double clothesline. Oh, Fallon off the top. Yeah, this is gonna be the hard thing about the triple threat. Like this is already settling down into basically one-on-one, and the third person jumping in every once in a while. Zarya's still staying in there. Springboard clothesline from Jasmine Nix. Only gets 2 on Zarya. Here comes ZaRuca. Springboard drop kick onto Fallon, who's being carried by Izzy Dame. Oh, and here comes Tatum. And Jasmine. Double surfboard coming. Soul's just surfing on the backs of Jasmine Nix and Tatum Paxley. Yeah. It's a lot of leg tripping going on. Oh man, big shot from Fallon Henley and a ZaRuca on the outside. Here comes Fallon. Jumps off and takes out Nico Vance. But then eats a boot to the face from Izzy Dame. Zarya just takes out Shawn Spears. A spear off the apron. Wow. So the culling is being neutralized. Step up enziguri from Tatum onto Jasmine. Oh, here comes Soul with a corkscrew moonsault to the outside. Takes out 3 members of the culling in one shot and lands on her feet. And ZaRuca now standing on the barricade, leading the crowd in the wave. George, I haven't seen Lola Vice there tonight. All we got was the video package. So, we can assume that she's not there, but we'll see what happens. She hasn't made an appearance yet, physically in the building. And we're still rocking towards the end of the night here. A lot of action in this triple threat match, which will determine our number 1 contenders for Charlotte and Alexa's titles next week. I think ZaRuca would be a fun option for this. I feel like they would be the most entertaining matchup for Charlotte and Alexa next week. So we'll see. Yeah, I could see them doing something with Lola and JC next week. I mean, there is a chance that Lola is in the building and she chases JC Jane away during this match, because I would say the culling has been incapacitated, but they're back up and still kind of hanging out in their corner. Oh, Vic Joseph just said this is an elimination style match. So that tells me that ZaRuca and Zarya are absolutely at least going to be one of the final 2 teams. Yeah, George, you do bring up a good point about facing off next week. It's going to be the go home. No, it's not. It will not be the go home for No Mercy. But they are absolutely stacking that homecoming show. So I'm sure they'll have to have the women's champion there, which means they'll have to have her challenger there. It would be awesome if one of the former great women's champions, Bayley or Rhea or Asuka, shows up, though. Puts the fear of God in JC Jane, If I were booking this match, yeah, I think I'd probably do that. EO, yes, George, EO. What was that? Why? How could I forget her? She might be one of my favorite women on the main roster. I don't think about her as much as an NXT champion though, because I wasn't watching as NXT as closely when she had her run, you know. And it was sort of in that COVID time a little bit too. But yeah, she's absolutely was one of them. But yeah, I could see the Culling getting eliminated first, and then maybe a surprise appearance from Lola, costing JC Jane or distracting JC Jane, which backfires. And ZaRuca. Yeah, I feel good about ZaRuca winning this match. Because you don't have to worry about the babyface heel dynamics when it comes to main roster and NXT. So. But I will tell you, they are taking their time in this match for it being elimination style. And right now, Izzy Dame, Fallon Henley, and ZaRuca just trading blows back and forth. Women's wrestling chants. Jasmine Nix with a great assist right in the middle of a springboard attempt from ZaRuca. She just shakes the ropes so she loses her balance. Oh, Zarya just caught a super kick from JC Jane, and they threw Zarya into the steps. ZaRuca does not have a partner right now. Fallon Henley, blockbuster, brings down Izzy Dame and tags in Jasmine Nix. Jasmine's the legal woman. Flapjack ZaRuca onto Izzy Dame. Jasmine going for the pin on Soul. Only two. Only two. Jasmine's fiddling with her wardrobe a little bit. Hopefully she doesn't have any issues. Fisher woman suplex. Perfect plex. Only gets two for Jasmine on ZaRuca. Oh, I thought you were about to do a rolling one. Coming to the corner. Soul going up top. Jasmine meets her up there with a kick to the head. Yeah. These girls are bumping for real. Oh, boy. Tower of Doom. Are we getting a powerbomb superplex? Nope. Izzy Dame has got Jasmine in the powerbomb. Oh, into a blockbuster from the top rope by Soul. And now all the partners have made their way back up to the apron. There's been quite a main event here. Everyone's going for a hot tag. Who makes the first one? Zarya's in first. Now Tatum and Fallon's coming in third. Pump kicks and headbutts left and right. German suplex onto Fallon. German suplex for Tatum, too. Now Zarya catches Jasmine Nix coming off the ropes. I'm not sure if they made a tag. I think she did. Hard to say. Catching Tatum Paxley. Oh, alley-oop. I don't see that often. Izzy Dame breaks up the pin. Still no eliminations yet. Double spears from ZaRuca to the Culling. All right, here comes Jasmine Nix. Oh, caught her in the F5 position. And then Soul Snatcher. That's the spot. That's the spot. They did the spot. What did I tell you guys about house shows? ZaRuca just soul snatched Zarya, and they're going to get eliminated first. Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence eliminates ZaRuca. Man, I hate that. And that spot looked 100 times better than how they practiced it on the house show. That was brilliant. Here comes Tatum. I want the Culling to win at this point because I still love Tatum Paxley. And Izzy's growing on me. Oh! Could that be only 2? An assisted code breaker off the second rope from Izzy. Oh, there's that leg trip again. Fallon and Izzy on the outside. Tatum and Jasmine on the inside. Reversal. Stand and switch. O'Connor roll. Only 2. And then, cheap shot from JC Jane. Only 2. Tatum kicks out. JC's interference doesn't work. This is awesome, Chance. Oh. Catapult into a Pele kick, but Izzy Dame breaks it up. Are the Culling de facto baby faces now? This is so weird. Hey. A and B combos. Make sure to smash that like button. What's up to everyone in the chat? We're here for a fire main event right now. Yes, that timing was amazing. That spot was so good. I hate to see ZaRuca being eliminated from that match first, but it was brilliant. Oh, Tatum's climbing up top. She's got Fallon prone. 450, but she rolls through it. Fallon catches her in the middle of the ring, coming off the ropes. Nope. Another reversal. Blind tag to Izzy Dame. Oh, she's got her kicked. Wow. Combo move here. And Izzy Dame, sky high. D'Lo Brown would say it needs work. 3. Okay. There it is. Izzy Dame. Oh, they're not baby faces, but it is kind of wholesome. Tatum Paxley and her friendship with Izzy Dame. They are legit smiling and happy. I think Tatum Paxley has the power to turn Izzy Dame face. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but that crowd was hot. I mean, and hating Fatal Influence helps a lot for sure. What's wild is that Tatum Paxley. Oh, we're going to have a breakup now, I think. JC Jane is crashing out. We still got 10 minutes left. JC Jane is straight up. Wait a minute. Someone is arriving in the parking lot. There's 2 SUVs rolling up. 3 SUVs rolling up. Who is here? We're getting a cliffhanger for the final segment? We're getting a cliffhanger for the final segment. Chris Wrestling Views, 100%, my friend. Izzy is a powerhouse. I gave her a little bit of shade on that sky high, but she normally, she gets some elevation on that normally. She gets them up there and drops them. And I mean, yes, she does have the dog for the boyfriend. She does have Braun Breaker. Yeah, we've still got 10 minutes left. You think it's Tony, Rickard? You think we're going to get I mean, we haven't seen Luca or Stax either tonight, you know? Be interesting to get a reintroduction because whatever we're getting, I just want to remind you, in the eyes of whatever HPK and the creative in NXT are telling us, whatever we're about to get is the main event segment. It's the main event segment. And it being the Elegance brand, I mean, maybe Angela, but JC Jane doesn't have the TNA title anymore. So, yeah, I mean, you get 3 SUVs pulling up at once. Who's housing that many people? Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's got to be maybe TNA, somebody from TNA. I mean, I guess it could be AAA. There's not a ton of NXT presence in Worlds Collide this time around, though, because they do have Lola there, but the rest of it is like the New Day, Dom, and the rest of the Judgment Day. So I don't know. I don't know who we're gonna get here. Or is it just going to be a bunch of NXT alumni like showing up for to promote Homecoming next week? I wonder if that has something to do with it. But surely it's got to be something with the women, right? Because here's something for you guys. There's 3 women in Fatal Influence, right? George just said former women's NXT champions. What if we get Fatal Influence versus Io, Asuka, and Kairi? What if we get our 3 Japanese queens, who are all former NXT women's champions, coming out to challenge Fatal Influence for next week? Take my hypothetical money, because I don't have any to give you for real. But I don't want to put any ideas out there that are going to let us down if the idea they have for us is not as good. But let's see what we get. All right, let's find out. Yep, that's what she said. Yep. They want a challenge. Fatal Influence wants a challenge. She is just burying them. I think their cue was too early because they're not acknowledging the SUVs being there. And now they just have JC cutting a promo. I think JC might have jumped the gun with the promo. The greatest NXT women's champion of all. They've got to be former women's champions. There's got to be former women's champions. Let it be the freaking Yakuza of these women, man. Who's here? Oh, La Primera's back. I was just wondering where she was. Stephanie's here. They've been holding her off, I guess, for Homecoming. But she might be women's champion by next week. No, wait. No. Booker is so happy that she's here. That's right. La Primera chance. Do you know what time it is? Tiffy's here. That's number 2. Who's going to be the third one? Wow. Stephanie and Tiffy. So who's the third one? Who is the third woman? I think George might be right. Because it's got to be somebody bigger than Stephanie and Tiffy. It's It's got to be Rhea. It's got to be Rhea. The roof is about to blow off this place. I hope you're all ready. All right, I'm going to push the mic back just in case we're right. Oh, they already dropped it. Oh, man. Rhea is back. Tiffy said, I don't know how mommy's going to feel about being called a senior. Fatal Influence is about to be dead and buried in the ground next week. It's going to be ugly. Well, you know what? This is actually clever booking because these are 3 former NXT women's champions. They're not feuding with each other. They're not even all on the same brand. So, and they're all baby faces. So good call. Everybody's chanting for mommy. Rhea's got a mic. JC looks nervous. Okay. Oh, the champs are storming the ring. Headbutt. Oh, that was quick. They dumped Fatal Influence fast. And La Primera, Mommy, and Tiffy are standing tall. Homecoming is going to be nuts. Let's see. All right, yeah, let's roll down that beautiful bean footage. DIY versus Mello and Trick. We get them next week. What else do we get? We get a Grayson Waller effect. Obafemi and Ricky Saints, though, coming face-to-face in the ring. Not only that, I know we're getting a North American title match. Ethan Page defending against Tyler Breeze. And now a 6-woman tag. Well, we've also got a tag title match, too. We've got the Culling versus Charlotte and Alexa. And we've got Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton against Fatal Influence. Whew! Take a breath, guys. Be sure to hydrate. And, guys, I'm going to see you on Friday anyways for SmackDown and Monday for Raw. But clear your schedules because next week is going to be off the chain. Excellent show. I can't wait to make the graphic for next week. It's going to be so much fun. Yes, we're in 9 territory for sure. I think next week is going to be brilliant. That crowd is going to be monstrous. In the Full Sail arena, and we're going to have an excellent time. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight and for having that time. I'll try to get the marked moment poll up for you guys. Also planning on doing some 2K tomorrow, hopefully, as long as the schedule holds. And so we're going to have a great time. I cannot wait for next week. Is it Tuesday yet? Again yet? I'm so ready. So ready. We are eating so good at Homecoming. Bring your plates, bring your appetites, because we're getting the old and the new, and it's going to mesh so well next week. Thank you guys so much for being here again. Cannot appreciate you enough. Do not, as we say every single week, do not forget to be a mark. Being a mark just means you believe. Believing makes wrestling better. Man, we're going to do so much believing next Tuesday. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have an excellent time. You guys take care of yourselves. Stay after it. Be there for each other. Lift each other up. Find your joy in wrestling. Don't listen to the people who just want to complain, because there is more than enough to go around. And next week after Homecoming, stick around, because we will be doing WrestlePalooza predictions at Just Alex's with the coalition. So myself, A&B Combos, and Just Alex over on his channel will be doing WrestlePalooza predictions after Homecoming. So come hang out with me for Homecoming, and we will all go to Alex's together about half an hour after the show. So you guys have an excellent night. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care.